Okay, in this session we're going to be talking about the Forex terminologies. We're going to be expanding more on few terms that should be expanded on. We're going to be expanding more on those terms. Okay, so the first term we have here is PEEP. What is PEEP? Some Forex trading platforms say PEEP stands for percentage in points, while others say it stands for price interest points, depending on your platform. Okay, different platform has different definitions. Okay, but these are the two most common definitions, that like the full meaning of PEEP, the full meaning of the acronym. These are the two most common full meaning. Okay, so basically, what is a PEEP? A PEEP is the smallest value change in a currency pair's exchange rate. In Forex trading, since currency prices typically move in tiny increments that are quoted in a standardized unit called PEEP. So PEEP is the smallest increment for a currency to move from this point to this point. The smallest increment is what we call PEEP. For a currency pair to either go up from point A to point B or go up from point B to point C. The difference between the movement from point A to point B or point B to point C is basically what we call PEEP. Okay, the smallest increment, the smallest movement. Right? So, function of a PEEP. It is the smallest amount by which a currency quote can change. It is the unit of measure for currency quotes. It is used by traders to reference profit or losses. So in trading, if you want to talk about your profit, you'll be like, okay, I made a profit of 50 pips. Quite understand that. Is to say the currency pair you either bought or sold, either make an increment or a decrement of 50 pips, which made you profit. I took a loss of 10 pips, 100 pips. It basically say that the currency pair which you bought or sold moved against you by 100 pips, which made you took a loss. You understand? So traders use PEEP as a reference of profit. PEEP is the unit of measurement for currency codes. That's how we measure. It's the unit of measure for currency codes. Okay, that's basically what the PEEP is. The function of a PEEP is the smallest amount by which a currency quotes can change. The smallest increment. Alright? Before the currency move from one point to another point, PEEP is the smallest increment, the difference between point A and point B. Okay? How is PEEP calculated? A PEEP is being calculated starting from the fourth decimal place by adding or subtracting from the last decimal point. For example, if your USD has a value of 1.1023 and it makes a move of 5 pips, we get 1.028 by adding 5 to the fourth decimal point. The same thing implies if when your USD is at 1.1023 and makes an increment of 10 pips, what you have to do is to add 10 to the fourth decimal point, okay, which is going to be 1.01033. all right, these examples are in buy scenario. Okay, in sell scenario, if your USD moves towards the downside, you're gonna have to minus, okay, it moves from 1.0123 down, okay, minus 10 to get, you minus like the figure it moved from to the previous to where it's at. Okay, so that's to say that if it's at 1.028 and you sold at 1.1028 and presently now it's at 1.1023, you have made a profit of 5 pips. Okay, so calculating a pip is simple addition and subtraction. You have to add it to the whatever figure you have. For example, if you want to calculate 50 pips, you have to add it to the fourth decimal point, the fourth or the third, the last decimal point. That's what we're gonna be adding. Okay, a pip is being calculated starting from the fourth decimal place by adding or subtracting from the last decimal point. We're gonna be adding or subtract from the last decimal point. This is simple mathematics, addition and subtraction. I'm not going to be going deep into this. On to the next. What is lot size? Now, Forex is commonly traded in specific amounts called lots. If you go to the market, you can't just get, if you want to get things in wholesale, you won't be able to just get one. You have to get it in a particular quantity. So in Forex, it's traded in a specific amount called lot, or basically the number of currency units if you buy or sell. A lot is a unit for measuring transaction amount. So lot size is the amount specific amount of a particular currency, like the quantity of currency you are buying. The quantity of, you're buying EURUSD, what's the quantity? That quantity you are buying is what we call lot size. So the lot size is divided into four. We have four different types of lot size. We have the standard lot size, which represents 100,000 units. So if you are buying a standard lot size of EURUSD, it simply means you are buying 100,000 units of EURUSD. The figures are 1.0 and above. Anything above 1.0 is what we call a standard lot size. For every pip movement, 1 pip movement, you get $10. That's to say, for 5 pip movements, you get $50. Alright, for 50 pip movements using a standard lot of 1.0, you have a profit of 50 pips, you get $500. It's quite simple. It's simple mathematics, okay? Now, the minute lot size is 10,000 units, which is 0.1 to 0.9. So if someone tells you, I bought your USD with a minute lot size of 0.1, the person simply saying that I bought 10,000 units of that currency, okay? Now, the equivalent to dollar value per pip movement. If you have a mini lot size, you place a trade, a mini lot size of 0.1, and price seems to move up by a pip, you get $1. If it seems to move up by 2 pips, you get $2. If it seems to go in profit of 3 pips, you get $3. Okay. So the mini lot size is 10,000 units, which is represented as 0.1 on your MetaTrader. Now, moving on to the next, micro lot size. The number of units is 1,000. So for each micro lot size you are taking, you are buying 1,000 units of that currency. Micro lot size, the figure is 0.01 to 0.09. Okay, the figure for micro lot size is 0.01 to 0.09, which the dollar equivalent according to pip movement is going 0.1 cents, or should we say 10 cents. The standard lot size is 1.0, 100,000 units, and for 1 pip movement is $10. The mini lot size is 10,000 units, 0.1 to 0.9. That's the figures, and for each pip movement is $1. Okay. The micro lot size is 1,000 units, which is 0.01 to 0.09. For each pip movement, you get 10 cents. So if the market moves 9 pips and you traded a micro lot size of 0.2, you're gonna have 20 cents. Or sorry, $2. Okay. If the market moves, you're using a micro lot size of 0.02, and the market moves for 20 pips. Remembering, 1 pip movement for 0.1 lot size is $1. So for 0.2 lot size, 1 pip movement is gonna be $0.2, which is also 2 cents. So when we have 10 pip movements, we're gonna be having 20. That's 200 cents, or $2. Okay. The standard lot size is 100 units. This one is not common in currency pair. It's mostly common in the volatility indices. The standard lot size is 100 units, 0.01 to 0.09. So for each of them movements, you get 1 cent. 1 cent to 9 cents. That's $0.01 to $0.09. So the main lot size that you could mostly trade, that has been traded in Forex, are the first 3 lot size. That is standard, mini, and micro. Now understand that the standard lot size represents 100,000 units of that particular currency, and this figure is 1.0 and above. Its dollar value according to per pip movement is $10. And the mini lot size is 10,000 numbers in units. The figure is 0.1 to 0.9. Each movement in dollar value per pip, each pip movement in dollar value is $1 to $9. Okay, that's, you're using 0.9, you have $9 for each pip movement. You're using 0.5, you have $5 for each pip movement. Now the micro lot is 1,000 units. All right, which is 0.01 to 0.09. Each pip movement is literally 10 cents. So if you are trading with 0.05 lot size, for each pip movement you are making 50 cents. You are trading with 0.03 lot size, for each pip movement you are making 30 cents. So when you use 0.03 lot size, that is the micro lot size on a trade, and it goes in profit of 10 pips, you get to make 30, that's 300 cents or $3. Then the nano lot size is 100 units of that currency, which is 0.001 to 0.009. Anything above 0.009 is going to become a micro lot. Okay, and for each movement you are making 1 cent. 1 cent, that's $0.01 or 0.09. 0.01 to 0.08. That's to say, if you have 0.002 lot size, you have a profit of 0.02, which is also 2 cents. Okay, this is quite simple and understandable. Now I'm going to go about the concept of ask price and bid price. Although we have talked about ask price and bid price in our previous course concerning Forex Terminologies, what is ask price and bid price? The bid is the amount that your broker is willing to pay in order to buy a financial instrument. Do you understand? The bid price is the amount that your broker is willing to pay you to buy a financial instrument. For example, you want to sell Euro USD, the amount which your broker will give you is what we call the bid price. Okay? It's the opposite of an ask, which is the price that a seller will take in order to part with a financial instrument. Okay? In Forex, this is the price that you, the trader, might sell the base currency. So the bid price is the amount that your trader is willing to pay in order to buy a financial instrument. Your broker is willing to pay in order to buy a financial instrument, while the ask price is the amount your seller is willing to sell a financial instrument to you. Alright? Concept of stop loss and take profit. Stop loss is a level or a point in which you want your broker to close you out in loss if analysis is wrong. Stop loss is a level in which you want your broker to close your. That's after I make my analysis. Okay, stop loss help you to reduce your losses. Okay, after I've made my analysis and I've placed my trade, at this point, if my analysis becomes wrong, I want the broker to stop me out. That's where the stop loss comes in. So how do you calculate your stop loss? You calculate your stop loss from your analysis. When you make analysis, there's a point, a value, a zone that shows you this analysis is wrong. So at that point, if market gets to that zone, what does it do? Your broker closes you out. And that's what we call stop loss. Why take profit is the point or level in which you want your broker to close you out in profit when your analysis is correct. If at any time my analysis is correct, I want my broker to close me out at this level, I'm so close me out in profit. Okay, so that's just everything concerning this topic. I'm gonna move on to the next topic. Thanks for your time.